heroes on your team, obviously offering shield, offering little 1 second knockups, but in Honor of Kings, 1 second is just basically the equivalent of a 2.5 second stun, a 5 second stun in any other games. But again, one we didn't actually notify and make a huge deal about, which is probably one of my favorite jungle picks when we do see in competitive, especially on the likes of Atix, is that Jing. So again, pre-broadcast, we was on about why I was a little bit frustrated on the Doom pick yesterday, is because obviously it's not the flashiest, it gets the job done, it soaks the damage, kind of like the Kaiser does, but Blam loves his flashy heroes in that jungle, and I'm glad we get to see Jing come through for FUT Esports, and especially on Atix, because in Season 1, he played Lamb very well and played these nimble heroes in the jungle to extreme playstyles.
I like this aggression from FUT Esports right now. Right off the bat, 90 already pushed out of the lane. And all Void has to do at this point is just to freeze the wave, and he will have the level advantage going up against 90. They're going to try and make a little bit of a difference by seeing the ball camps on the top side of the map. I think they have done it, so there is a slight level and EXP advantage going to the Mai Shiranui.
Yeah, seeing Rugar all the way up into the Clash lane rather than in the farm lane helping out the Angela is very interesting. But again, Angela has the distance. She can clear those minion waves without any Zhongfei there. So giving it over to the Mayin is probably the best bet, especially going against Dharma in that early game. We saw that 90 almost got caught out in that 2v1 though, so he has to be careful. He cannot underestimate FUT Esports after even getting a clean win towards that mid to late game in game 1. I think a level of underestimation cannot be put here against the top 1 Turkish team in Honor of Kings.
Yeah, you know what? I'm waiting for one thing only, and I'm waiting for Atix to just come in with the mirror domain, right? That's the one that I'm so curious, because when you see a godlike Jing player, you know, the iframe usage is especially insane. It's very flashy as well. So I'm hoping we have a superstar performance coming from Atix.
Yes, I hope so too. I hope so too. So I've been picking up these flashy hero picks in the jungle, but again, we are seeing a little bit more of an engage here on the Clash lane. Kaiser is probably in the right place at the right time to give backup to 90 up in this Clash lane, but still nothing comes of it. This is very reminiscent of game 1 where we had such a slow burning start. We had to wait till the Tyrant came up before we got any kills in game 1. So again, I think we're going to see a little bit of copy pasta this time around between these two teams, because again, if Vitality are able to take a 2-0, it's very troublesome for FUT Esports, so they have to play careful, they have to play very considerate, and there goes Huyi's ultimate just completely passing us by, unfortunately not landing onto anybody, because if that did land onto either Shanks or Benji, that could have been crucial for a great engage for FUT Esports to take up the first blood.
Yep, exactly. And at this point, I think I just want to mention something about Highland. Highland has been consistently pressuring the ball camp coming in to FUT Esports' jungle on the top side, and he has taken it, I think, 2 or 3 times already in the space of this 3-minute game time. And it's working out because he's delaying the experience as well.
Yes, absolutely. He's definitely trying to cut it off from the Jing, because again, this is a hero that definitely needs those items to deal more damage, and when it comes to a hero like Kaiser, damage is all you can really count on to try and just delete that health bar that he has. That's just so so chunky when he goes in with his ultimate form as well. So definitely the reason why we're seeing that chokehold on that gold resource is because we don't want to give it over to Jing, and we don't want to be giving it over to Ho Yi, so he can get all those items to make the basic attacks hit even harder.
That's right. So for Lost itself, I think the win condition for FUT Esports is, can we get the gold funnel into this farm lane? Right? And at this point, once he's strong enough, they just need to provide the shield, and that's where Ryoga comes in, right? As long as he gets the Unbridled Outburst at the correct time, he buys them time to really get the stuns in and get the damage in as well. And I think that was a little bit of a preemptive blazing brilliance coming in from the Angela, so, you know, they might have to delay this Tyrant take in the meantime.
Yeah, we could kind of see what Zhongfei and FUT Esports was up to in that little engage. They were really hoping that the strangled, Team Vitality would go into that wall, because again, that's a big real estate for Zhongfei to use that Unbridled Rage. He would have got plenty of crucial crowd control there. But here we go. Speaking of crowd control, First Blood is beautifully finessed with the combo of Ho Yi and Angela. So Snake picking up First Blood in game 2 for FUT Esports. So again, back-to-back First Blood really shows that this team still has the capability to take a win off Team Vitality. It's just all about that crucial mid and late game. They do take the first Tyrant again. Blazing Brilliance doing a lot of damage onto the side of Team Vitality as well. So they've got to be careful. They've got to get that health back somehow.
Yeah, I think it's so cool, right? That the fact that, you know, the name of Hoi's ultimate is called Burning Sun Arrow, and they literally burn the life points out of Shanks in that particular engagement itself. So Shanks now has to be really careful, because now there are 3 members going down. In the meantime, they're trying to have a Mexican standoff between Void and 90, right? But the main objective here is buying time. Can they get the kills on the farm lane on the bot? Oh, there we go.
Oh, look at all that damage down in the farm lane, but nobody's still yet to be picked off. Shanks has to be careful. The Paracel is in safe distance under the turret, but was just seeing if he could bait anybody to come back to him. That is the high-risk, high-reward playstyle of that Arlie. However, Team Vitality are going to get that first tier turret in the Clash lane, it seems. They just need those minions to rock around. Go on, hit it with your hammer, homeboy. Get that Clash lane turret for Team Vitality. There we go. So first turret, they didn't get First Blood, but got first turret. So again, a first for Team Vitality is probably something good to be held onto here in terms of losing all those first things, like the lost first Tyrant, the lost First Blood. They don't want to be losing first turret and the Overlord as well. So we may see a play for the Overlord be played here, because we see a lot of presence here in the mid lane. Mai sitting in the bush, just waiting for the unsuspected victim, waiting for Angela to use the Blazing Brilliance probably, but it seems like they're going to reset and hopefully take that farm lane turret. But no, Dharma is definitely saying, teleportation mechanics, homeboy. I will be down there to help you not take that farm lane turret first.
Yeah, let's take a look at the growth so far. Crimson Reaper into the hands of the Hoi already. Probably looking at Eternity Blade being the second item. In the meantime, Angela already has the Stone of Sorcery and the Savant's Wrath as well. So there is good damage and DOT for them. At this point, I think it looks a little bit better for Vitality though, because if you take a look at what they have the lifesteal coming out from the Maya, so Insatiable Tome as well as the Stone of Sorcery. So there is a little bit of burst coming out from Highland, and at the same point of time, we do have the support item fully completed. So it's going to be the Crimson Shadow going into Redemption. So this Yaria is also able to provide so many shields going in for massive team fights as well.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely having the right items being itemized against FUT Esports, but now we are seeing a little bit of a struggle. It could have been a lot worse for Team Vitality. They were able to get caught out by that Unbridled Rage, but speaking of getting caught out, 90 gets taken down by Atix on the side of FUT Esports. So another kill being taken over to the side of FUT, but now we see a callback. Highland is taken down. Atix, they have no jungle. Kaiser is into the thick of it, taking a lot of damage. But falls as well, thanks to Lost dealing so much damage onto the Kaiser there. But is that going to be a worthy trade, taking that mid lane turret for 2 lives? I would argue that that is a good trade for the side of Team Vitality.
Yeah, and it's really something, I think, for esports fans, it is getting kind of irritating, right? Every time the team makes a good play, Vitality just manages to one-up them every single time, right? And at this point, FUT Esports, they're not doing anything wrong or doing anything bad. It's just Vitality is always one step ahead of them. And I think at this point, FUT Esports needs to get into the minds of Team Vitality, kind of figure out, hey, what are they actually trying to get at with their plays? Are they actually trying to get the kills, or are they just buying and boarding time so that they're able to take the objectives like the turrets, or the neutral objectives like the Tyrant or the Overlord as well, right? Because as it stands now, Vitality, they're just having much better map control compared to what FUT Esports is offering at this point.
Yeah, I think you surmised that pretty accurately, to be honest, because we're seeing that Team Vitality from Game 1 into Game 2 are not caring about the KDA. Yes, they finished with more kills in Game 1, but they are more so all over those objectives. Not quite so much in Game 2 in terms of the jungle objectives, but turret-wise, they've hammered the side lanes, whereas Foot Esports have not had an opportunity to try and take any turrets yet. So again, having those turrets taken down just means that you have less of a safe space to go back to if you are Foot Esports, and it gives you, if you are on the side of Team Vitality, a great pressure to be had there. So when it comes to these jungle objectives, you've got to consider when you're on the side of Foot Esports, whether you're being pushed, whether you're having a macro play going against you right now. But there we go, Hu Yi's ultimate just got nullified by Ali there, the completely just shutting down Hu Yi's blazing sun arrow there. So unfortunately for them, they're not going to set up any sort of playmaking, but Mai is just trying to bait them into the team fight a little bit further. We see the Kaiser is stuck into it, taking loads of damage. Yaria is on top of Shanks as well. Takes him down. Down goes Void. Void and Ryuga looking pretty low, and Atix as well. Double kill going over to Shanks. So what looked like one farm lane starting off a fantastic engage was definitely turned around, spun around by a Parasol, completely negated by the Ali. So well played to Vitality Shanks for picking up that double kill there.
Yep, exactly. And this is why you take control of the map, right? This is why you take more turrets. It's better to focus on the map control because it allows you so much space. And if you take a look at it, Shanks is already at level 13, right? So he's 3 levels ahead of Ryuga, which is why he's able to deal so much damage at the same time. And to make matters worse, Shanks has Frenzy. So with the additional damage, the additional life steal, additional defense as well, it's very hard to come up against Shanks. And with the Maple Dance, he's able to kind of like mitigate every single range projectile coming in.
Yeah, I feel like even though Ali was selected a little bit earlier in the draft, the Hu Yi kind of countered the Kaiser in terms of the damage. We're seeing that City Boy is taking a lot more damage thanks to the Hu Yi, but regardless, Ali is the direct counter, especially like you say with the Maple Dance being able to just cancel projectiles. So again, it's trying to save face on the side of Foot Esports. And speaking of saving face, they do lose their second tier turret in that mid lane. This seems to be a Team Vitality MO. They're all about focusing that mid lane, and we know how crucial it is, Kin.
Yeah, it is. So once again, look at what they're doing. They're buying time, right? So now the entire jungle on the side of Foot Esports is open for the taking. They have time to traverse the map. Look at what kind of objectives they can achieve, be it taking the buffs or just managing the waves so that it's always synced up, right? So 3 lanes are pushing at the exact same time. So there's no way you can ignore protecting your turrets as well, which is also very difficult to deal with because when there's a major objective like the Overlord, and for now it's already past the 10-minute mark, Shadow Overlord as well, it's a huge objective to give up. And Foot Esports, they have to choose, right? What do I want to give? It's not even about can I fight this, it's what do I want to give? Do I want to give a tier 3 turret, or do I want to give away the Shadow Overlord? And at this point, it's a very clear option that they don't have any options. They have to give it away.
Yeah, I feel like Vitality have just kind of like strangled Hold'em into the only place that they were kind of sort of stabilizing him, which was that goal difference, which is now completely just evaporated from the side of Foot Esports. Okay, Mai managing to finesse that, but is she going to be able to finesse the inevitable? She takes down Highland, but that is going to be called back by Nighty, taking out Void, and we are going to be seeing a huge clash here. I don't even think if Angela's positioning is going to do her any justice. It hasn't. She's just been able to escape, but not do anything else. That is a 3-1 trade for Team Vitality, looking at getting these minions to these higher ground turrets. Unfortunately, there is no minion wave there in the mid or the clash lane, but we do have that Vanguard rocking around now to just greet all these higher ground turrets in this game too. So this could potentially be the curtain call here for Foot Esports, as we see that City Boy is just no stranger to being stuck into the thick of it right now, as he's still there, still committed to it. We see Angela go down. We see that there's just so much going on here. Double kill for City Boy as the Crystal has been harassed by Team Vitality, taking a 2-0 victory from Foot Esports in day 2.
Oh my goodness, our French counterparts here, Team Vitality showing up. It's a clean 2-0 for them, and I think there was very little doubt from the start of the game, right? The moment Shanks hit his